It's nice to see you again, Westchester. Thank you for subscribing. Today is Thursday, July 9th, 2026, and I'm OCL Hicks with the Westchester Chronicle. This past weekend, from sea to shining sea, people across America celebrated the 250th birthday of our nation. Signed by the Second Continental Congress at Independence Hall in Philadelphia on July 4th, back in 1776, the Declaration of Independence announced that the United States would be throwing off British rule and trying an inspiring concept from ancient Greece, democracy, a form of government where leaders are chosen by voting. In 1776, the American Revolution changed the world and ushered in the then radical concept of representative self-government, inspiring several other democratic transitions across the globe. In 2026, according to the Pew Research Center, over 100 of the world's countries are democracies. The 250th birthday of America wasn't just about the dawn of a nation, it was a celebration of the beginning of the modern world. We reached out to Westchester Mayor Lillian DeBaptiste and Borough Council President Nicole Shimoni about what this moment meant to them as the democratically elected members of our community. Mayor DeBaptiste said, quote, "I believe it is small towns, villages, and townships like ours that can keep the American dream of justice, liberty, and equality for all alive. While the national narrative is vastly different, we each have an opportunity to lift up the American dream to the light so that it serves as a beacon of hope for each of us." End quote. Borough Council President Shimoni said, quote, "This year has many celebrations and activities surrounding our nation's birthday, but it is not just one year that we should marvel about. I would say that the beauty of America is the constancy of democracy and that it has held for all of these years. To have the honor of serving as Borough Council President this year is as great an honor and experience as any year. And, to me, that is how it should be." End quote. Westchester did not have an official 4th of July event, but the borough will be celebrating America's 250th birthday with a drone show on August 2nd. You can find more info at www.downtownwestchester.com. Our neighbors in Downingtown did celebrate the 4th of July with a pretty incredible fireworks display at their annual Good Neighbor Day in Kerr Park. The festivities started early and finished up right before the storm rolled in. For those who stayed, it was a show worthy of America's 250th birthday. The morning after the celebration, we reached out to Mayor Erica Dusso to ask her thoughts on the event. She said, quote, "Good Neighbor Day was everything I love about Downingtown. Families filled Kerr Park, volunteers worked for months to make the day possible, neighbors cheered each other on during the morning run, and even when storms forced us to adjust the fireworks schedule, we found a way to get them done." End quote. Mayor Dusso estimated that over 20,000 people attended throughout the day, although the storms caused many people to leave early and miss the fireworks. If you'd like to see our video of the amazing America 250 fireworks display at Downingtown's Good Neighbor Day, you can watch it on our social media channels. PECO's first strike in the company's 145-year history ended Monday night as workers celebrated a historic victory regarding contract terms. 1,600 members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, known as IBEW Local 614, participated in the three-day strike, which began at 12:01 a.m. on July 4th. They had been working without a contract since April, and while negotiations between PECO and the union began in January, the groups had not yet reached an agreement. We received a press release from PECO that said, quote, "Throughout this process, PECO has remained focused on doing what is right for our customers, employees, and the communities we serve. This tentative agreement reflects our commitment to recognizing the important contributions of our represented employees while ensuring we continue to provide the safe, reliable energy service our customers depend on every day. We value our long-standing relationship with IBEW Local 614 and appreciate the efforts of both bargaining teams in reaching this agreement. The proposed contract recognizes the contributions of our employees while supporting our responsibility to deliver reliable, affordable service across southeastern Pennsylvania." End quote. We also received a press release from IBEW Local 614 celebrating victory in securing all of their major contract priorities, which included cash balance pension plans for all members, full retirement medical coverage for all members, and significant general wage increases for all members. Larry Anastasi, president and business manager of IBEW Local 614, said in a statement, quote, "We want to thank our members who stood shoulder to shoulder while a multi-billion-dollar monopoly tried to divide us. We also thank the unions, elected officials, and countless community members who stood with us. We will never forget who had our backs. We are proud to get back to work on the utility poles, in the manholes, in the back office, and in the call center serving the people of southeastern Pennsylvania, doing what no one does better than Local 614, end quote. Next Wednesday, July 15th at 6:30 p.m., Westchester Borough will be holding a public hearing regarding a proposed ordinance regulating data centers in the borough. According to the ordinance, it will, quote, "add definitions for data center accessory use, data center campus, and sensitive receptor," end quote. Additionally, it will allow data centers and data center campuses permitted by conditional use in the industrial district and add area and bulk regulations for data centers and data center campuses. It will also add a new section titled 112-917, which adds regulations applicable to data centers and data center campuses. We reached out to Councilman Jerome Shizbaniak, chair of the Smart Growth Committee, and he told us how the ordinance was drafted. Quote, "We are relying on experts, the Director of Code Enforcement, and our solicitor to create the draft. They've reviewed similar ordinances from other municipalities and also attended a statewide assembly several months ago that pointed out the pros and cons and allowable and unallowable points of data centers and regulations regarding them," end quote. If you would like to participate in the public hearing regarding data center regulation, it will be held at Borough Hall at 6:30 p.m. on July 15th. Finally, what do bees, butterflies, and beetles have in common? They are all pollinators, or insects that help spread pollen and keep our ecosystem thriving. According to NatureServe, a 50-year-old nonprofit based in Arlington, Virginia, 22% of native pollinators in North America are at risk of extinction, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service cites habitat loss as the primary threat. That is why our neighbors at Lonview Farm have decided to do something about it. Over the last month, they have begun the solarization process to create 3 new pollinator habitats on their property. Our editor, Kyle Hudson, stopped by to check out their work.
We got a grant through NRCS and USDA to plant a pollinator habitat. So we've allocated half an acre between 3 little fields. And last weekend we had the first volunteer-supported event where we actually started rolling out the plastic. And the plastic comes into play for solarization purposes. Basically, you can see here we dug a trench with a trencher we're able to rent, and we're going to lay the plastic across the field, secure it in place with dirt and rocks, and leave it in place for several months so that the heat trapped between the plastic and the earth kills as much as possible all the things that are currently growing.
In September, we'll come back here and we are going to seed for native pollinator-friendly plants. So perennial flowers, grasses, and other plants that support native bees, butterflies, and insects.
Why are you out here today?
Help my man. You know, if he helped me, so I help him. You know, more than 2 hands.
I don't know. I'm here mostly to just hang out with friends and dig holes. You know?
Right on.
I'm so busy all the time that I finally have some free time to get outside and hang with a friend. I don't do very much of that.
So you could think of us as a conservation farm. While there are ag plans in our future, you know, we want to have some small-scale agriculture and invite maybe some community farmers to come out here and grow with us. But right now, our focus is on preserving this land. So we have 12 acres. The 7 you see behind me are divided up, and this is just the beginning. We are putting in the pollinator habitat this year, but you'll see we have hedgerows that will be improved. We'll install some wildlife habitats, and then on the other side of Cedar Lane we have 5.5 acres of woodland that is under conservation as well. We're working to remove invasives, selectively replant some native species, and improve the overall quality of that ecosystem.
The first learning from this project is that, one, it's impossible to do farming without proper tools, and that it definitely requires a community to make things work. But we should have a nice pollinator field here probably in 2028, so everything takes time.
If you want to find out more about Lonview Farm and their pollination project, you can visit their website, www.visitlongviewfarm.com. This month, we are holding our first subscription drive. If you're not already a subscriber to the Westchester Chronicle, click the link in the comments below and we'll deliver the paper right to your door every week. It's only $8 a month, and every new subscriber in July will receive a print of the painting Westchester Summertime by local artist Josh Ruggieri. Our goal is to gain 100 new subscribers by the end of the month, so if you want to support local news and get some cool local art, subscribe. Our entire team wants to thank every single one of our subscribers. Our local reporting is made possible by neighbors like you. Until next time, I've been OCL Hicks with the Westchester Chronicle.